My favorite film would have to be the underrated classic, Casablanca. My favorite film is Arrival of a Train at La Ciotat. My favorite film is the classic masterpiece, Morbius.
It's Morbin time.
Oh, yes.
Why is it that some pieces of media are full of artsy and bold stylistic choices and it feels perfectly justified? But then some different piece of media tries to do the exact same thing, and it seems so stuck up its own ass that your eyeballs will see nothing but the back of your own head.
I mean, what does pretentious actually mean? Well, it's a good thing I got my trusty dictionary right here. So let me just look up the definition. Yep. There it is right there. Pretentious. Okay, so here's the actual definition. So something that's pretentious is something that's pretending to be more important or more intelligent than it actually is.
In other words, a movie or show that is dripping with bold artistic surface level elements is boldly announcing to the world, I am smart. This is a sophisticated piece of media. It's only under a bit more scrutiny that we can see whether it is as smart as it's pretending to be. If the movie or show is full of abstract metaphors and stylistic visuals, but the plot doesn't have anything interesting to say, and the characters are rather flat and one-dimensional, and the dialogue is kinda mediocre, then it's not really a clever film, just a film pretending to be clever. On the other hand, if the movie is infinitely quotable, has interesting social commentary interwoven into its plot, and characters whose names have permeated popular meme culture due to their memorability, then perhaps the film really is as clever as its visuals would suggest. Now, when you strip away all the superficial elements, what remains is the plot, the characters, and the dialogue. The abstract stylistic choices are superficial to the core of a piece of media. Strip them away and you'll find out if it's actually good and insightful, or just playing at being deep. In other words, this here is the core of a movie or TV show. Its dialogue, plot, and characters. Now this here is the abstract nonsense. Let's spice it up with a couple of convoluted metaphors. And finish it off with a lovely helping of random bullshit. Now there, doesn't that look delicious? No matter how good the seasoning is, if the meat is poor quality, then it won't be a good meal.
Fucking raw!
And on the other hand, too much seasoning will overwhelm even a good cut of meat. So what I'm saying, in other words, is that the artistic stuff is there to support the plot and characters, not replace them. There have been numerous examples of scenes in movies where these bold artistic choices completely replace the plot. Like this.
I've been watching this bad boy for 5 whole minutes. This one's been going on for 20 whole minutes. Wow, at the end of the day, society is bad. Wow, that was brilliant. And if you don't see that, it's because your IQ is lower than mine. Now, there is something worse than pretentious media, and that is fans of this media who have turned watching it into an intelligence contest. If you didn't like this movie, it's because you're not smart enough or cultured enough to get it.
There are also many people who pretend to have a more sophisticated taste than they do by gaslighting themselves into thinking a movie is good or bad based on what critics think. Ah, critics, the pinnacle of human intellect. For the most part, things simply jump out and go, boo. If anybody ever wanted to see Reeves shaved and naked and covered in slime, now is the chance. Judging by the movie's enduring popularity, the message that stupidity is redemption is clearly what a lot of Americans want to hear. Okay, that one's pretty funny actually. Sorry, Americans. But even worse than pretending to be smart is that many people have turned watching artistic media into a game of code breakers in an attempt to prove their own intelligence. They treat every piece of abstract film as an elaborate puzzle with an exact answer that they need to Pepe Sylvia.
Pepe Sylvia this, Pepe Sylvia that!
Now, A lot of abstract media doesn't convey a specific message from its creator with its stylistic choices, but rather conveys a general feeling or idea. And this is certainly the case with works like Goodnight Punpun and Evangelion, who both have creators that have explicitly stated that there is no specific meaning behind many of the abstract imagery in their works.
But a general feeling or idea doesn't make you sound as smart as saying something specific and deep sounding like, we live in a society. And I'm the Joker, baby!